There we go.
You're
There we
now
go.
you're live.
All
Okay,
right.
now don't be too crazy.
Okay.
Here we
We are
go.
now recording. All right. So,
I was told I
what
can't
is
be
it
my
that
authentic self.
what is it that you remember from last session?
Well, apparently God's dead, and so is Corvus, because that's the only reason that Corvus would die. Angels don't exist. No one's protecting Corvus. Why not Corvus? Corvus was the one that was holding
Corvus
us all
was the
together.
least problematic.
The least problematic character,
Besides
too.
the fact that he wanted to light everything on fire all the time, which is like respectable, you
That
know.
was not even like, and that was good for him. You know what I mean? That was good.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Where you
Corvus,
had an encounter with Strahd.
yes, and he transformed into mist and moved away. Afterwards, courage is back. He had fought his way through the ethereal and had pop back into the material realm, trying to help Corvus, and then the session ended with that video. Did you watch the video?
Mhm.
Okay, what did you see at the
I
end?
don't remember what was at the end.
There's no escape, not even in death.
No
Or-
escape, not even in death.
Yeah,
Right.
cop.
Okay,
I think it
so
was.
so Freya, because of your connection to death as a grave cleric, which you've always, why is it that Freya has these skills as a cleric that is focused on the grave?
Which feels like
Yep.
calling the dead and stuff like that.
Yep. What is it that actually created this? Like, we didn't really talk about it with your character, except for it made total sense for your character. But like, what experiences did she have when she was younger? That
I'm guessing that she was involved in not the right crowd, basically, is what we're gonna put. And was it familial? Maybe, that she just had contacts that were often undead or using the undead.
right. So, as a tiefling, you having this infernal heritage of knowing that you are part devil, right?
Mhm.
That you had, yes, an unsavory, people that were always interested in, oh, let's try to like get in contact with your family. But yes, every child of adoption, every child that has a parent that abandons them, right?
Mhm.
Always wants to get into contact with who they're from, right? So that longing for, I would like to understand who I am, right? Samantha went through that. Anybody that's Kay Brennick just finally met her birth mother and got to hear her side of the story. Everybody that comes from this divided lineage that they don't have any connection to feels that, like, I need to find that familiar revelation. But one of the things that overwhelms you as you're looking at Corvus's dead body is you feel like you could revive him. You could bring him back. And then there is almost this voice in your ear that says, his soul's already gone. You can't bring him back. I can do a lot for you, child, but that's something I can't do. Can't fill a cup without water. .
Can't fill a cup without a cup, bro.
You talk back to
So
the voice.
she's the only one who's heard this, right?
Yeah, I mean it's hearing it is less than what you actually experience. It's not like you hear somebody whispering in your head. It's more like your own thoughts, but you didn't decide to have them.
Like an intrusive thought.
But I know that they're not mine. Like I didn't. Because if I thought that they were just mine, then why would I talk back? You know?
I don't know. Do you have intrusive thoughts?
Yeah, but I'm gonna talk back to them and be like, "Who are you?" You know?
No, not who are you, but you talk back to them.
I talk back to them.
Yeah, I'd probably be like, "No, I could do it. I could save him. I could do something. Or I gotta try."
Granddaughter, you're not powerful enough to bring anyone back. I would have to do it. And I'm telling you, it can't be done. And that's when you realize, for
That's not my
sure,
thought.
it's not your own thoughts. So there are the still you and you were able to save them all from being devoured by wolves. But we did have Anastasia, who had also disappeared. Do you remember anything that Anastasia said about you, Freya?
I know that she said something. I just can't remember what it was now.
Okay, so in her freaking diatribe that she went off on, she was saying something about
I
that
feel like it was something
reason
jealous
that
and hater like.
that you were the person that. What's that?
I feel like she was being a hater. That's what
Say it
I
again.
remember. Being a jealous hater.
It was actually that Strahd was saying that the party had been brought here to assassinate him, and she was like, "No, I didn't bring the whole party. I just brought her, and you're the only female in the group." And that was the price that had to be paid for whatever it is that they're working toward, and that was the price that he asked to be reunited with his granddaughter.
Who had to be reunited with his grandfather?
Freya. So what exactly she said? Hold on a second. Let me find it here. That's not true, my Tagerna. I only summoned one of them, the girl, to complete the great plan, our great plan, the final solution for Barovia. What we have been working together for over a century. You know that he asked for only one price. He wanted to be reunited with his granddaughter, and pointing to Freya. And we have made that happen. The rest of them are just tag-alongs. And Strahd said that's not how the mist works. So Anastasia had pulled you, this vampire woman who was working with witches and other dark powers. She had sought to bring you over because it was what your grandfather wanted. You're pretty sure it's not on your mother's side. And now you have some voice in your head that's talking to you and just called you granddaughter.
Would I be able to? Can you roll? Can I roll?
Can you roll what?
Perception.
Just tell me what you want.
Would I?
Just tell me what you want. Just tell me what you want to actually do? Like, what is it that
I
you're?
want to know if I'd be able to tell if it's straw.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna do a. You're not in roll 20 yet, but Olivia is, so she'll be able to confirm. Oh, it looks like you are in the midst of updating your character.
Yeah, it's wrong. Remember? I need
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
right. Let's not talk about it. Yeah, just because you
At least
went
mess
with.
up her character sheet.
No, I'm not messing
My
up her
bad. Now
character
it's on the
sheet.
record.
All right,
Now it's on the
so
record.
so I rolled an insight check for you,
Uh-huh.
and with a 12 that you rolled, you are aware that it seems to be an outside influence. Whether or not it's Strahd is still not clear. However, why would he call you granddaughter? And why would he be trying to manipulate you that way?
How would he know that info?
Well, he knew it because Anastasia had said that it was the price to pay for a granddaughter, but it doesn't. You're used to figuring out what people's motivations are, and that motivation doesn't make sense yet for it to be Strahd.
Sorry, real quick. Which game do I click on?
The
one that's not a copy.
So currently it says 16, Heir of the Dawn.
16.
Okay.
All right. So it doesn't seem likely that it's Strahd.
It doesn't seem likely.
I mean, you can't really figure out a motivation for why it would be.
Even with what I heard.
Well, what you heard was that there was a motivation for you to be reunited with your grandfather.
Grandmother or grandfather?
Well, which side? Oh wait, which side is the devil side? Well, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter either way because whether it's on your mother's side or on your father's side, they still have a grandfather.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't know whether you said grandmother or grandfather.
Grandfather.
Wow.
So there is also. I need to click on you. Thank you. There are the children that are still kind of figuring out what they're doing, and so the rest of the party is like taking care of the dead bodies. They're talking about going and investigating the Rudolph von Richten's room at the Blue Tavern Inn to find out if he's left anything behind. And the children are still just kind of sitting there, like frozen in fear, and because you're younger, you both recognize this fear and this difficulty that they're having with like what the heck they're supposed to do next.
Okay. Bruce will do a little silly thing. And I'm going to cast a spell that nobody knows how to say. And
Okay, so you cast
actually,
prestidigitation.
No, I'm not going to cast that one because that one is.
You can
that
do
one's
like a
too small.
Well, no, you can do a trick. That's that'll. What is it that you're looking to do?
Do something silly. Like I'm gonna make Courage do a trick, and then as the trick happens, I'm gonna make it look like there's sparks or something, or like
How do you get Courage to do a trick?
I tell him to do a trick.
All right, and can you communicate with Courage?
Yeah,
How?
I sure do. If you'd like to go ahead and look at that universal speech that I learned from College of Eloquence.
All right, you gain the ability to make your speech intelligible to any creature. As an action, you choose one or more creatures within 6 feet of you. The chosen creature can magically understand you regardless of the language you speak for 1 hour. Okay? All right, so what do you tell him to do?
I'm gonna tell him to I don't know what do dogs do that's cute. I'm gonna make him run around them and jump, and then I'll make him sit, and I'll make him
You'll make him or
breathe.
you'll ask him.
What?
So you'll make him or you'll ask him. That's not me
Hey,
encouraging.
you don't get to control him. You just get to tell him what to do.
It's a dog. He's not some mythical creature. You know what
Okay,
I
so
mean?
what is it that you can speak with him? So now you are speaking to him. Say what you're going to say.
Okay, I'm gonna say, Courage, sit, and then I'm gonna say, Courage, greet, and he's gonna greet them, and I say, Courage, shake, and they'll have never seen this before, right?
Why are
Well,
you using commands?
He's not exactly doing it yet. He's just looking at you like,
Can you let me have this?
so he flips his ears and walks away from you with a little bit of attitude, and runs over to the kids and does wag his tail and looks back at you and does a flip in the air, and they all laugh.
What? Bruh. How'd
And
you
then
learn that?
he looks back at you as like,
Whatever. I don't like you guys anymore. Okay, then I pull out my pet mouse.
what?
Just kidding.
Yes.
I do have a pet mouse though. Yeah, I'll take out my pet mouse and I'll let them look at my pet mouse.
Okay.
Dude, if I was a kid and I had just
Okay.
been through a traumatic experience, someone pulls out their pet mouse. The person who saved me pulls out their pet mouse, so I'm healed. You know what I'm saying? I'm good now.
Excellent. So with the amazing skills that you have with being able to do that, or being able to persuade people, they do feel better. And they're like, where are we supposed to go now? Our parents are gone. And the youngest one there, the one that's holding her doll, looks at you, Bruce, and it's like, what's your cracker man's name? And she's looking underneath your cloak. Does he have a name?
Now connected to Christina's Fire TV stick.
Continue.
Yep.
What'd you say?
She
Does he have a
said,
name?
she said, what's your cracker man's name? You got a man. He's got a cracker face. He's silly. Did you give him a name?
Bruce is gonna say. First of all, Bruce is gonna stare at this child and think about hitting her in the face as hard as he can, and then he's gonna rethink it and he's gonna be like, "Nah, it's a child. I can't do that."
But she
And then he's
keeps
gonna
like
get down
she
to her
keeps like
level.
she keeps like moving around you and trying to look under your cloak and kind of giggling. Like like she's following. It's almost you almost
Okay.
think the way that she's looking at you, like you have a monkey that is crawling on you, right? And that
Yeah.
she's delighted to watch as it tries to hide inside your cloak and move around.
Okay. I'm gonna cast detect magic, and I'm gonna ask her name. And if she's feeling okay.
My name is Anastasia, and um,
Wait, her name is Anastasia?
oh, sorry, no. Her name is not Anastasia. That's not. Hold on a second. What's
I
her
was
name?
about to say, bro. What's her name?
Anya, not Anastasia. It's not.
I think we already had an Anya.
Did we?
Yeah,
Alright.
I think that was.
Annabelle. Her name is Annabelle.
Why are so many A names?
Sorry, her name is Annabelle. And I
Okay,
will
her name is
put it in the
Annabelle.
chat. It'll put it in the chat.
I'm
in
gonna
order
look
to-
her. I already wrote it down.
Okay, good.
Sue
So her-
N.
yeah.
Freak. Sorry. Is she okay? I'm gonna ask her if she's okay. And I'm gonna check her for anything that's hurting and I'm gonna check her head and make sure her head's okay. And I'm gonna cast detect magic and see if she's being controlled or something.
You don't see anything that is it seems like a magical control. So you might think of like you being able to see if there were like strings that or if there were things that were manipulating her, then you might be able to see the string that actually connects to who she's being manipulated by, right? But you do see a glimmer of magic, an aura of magic that are in her eyes.
Okay. I'm gonna ask her I'm gonna ask her how she knows that name and
The Cracker Man?
yes, the Cracker Man. How do you know that name?
That's just what I call them because they have crackly faces.
Your little kid voice is so good.
Have you ever seen a Cracker Man?
Yeah, I have when I was little.
Oh, yeah. It's scary sometimes, but as long as you're good, it's not too bad. Sometimes they want stuff. Sometimes they just are hanging around doing their own thing. I don't know what your Cracker Man's doing.
What is your Cracker Man doing?
I don't have a Cracker Man.
You don't have one?
No, I usually tell them no, but you and your friend, it looks like they look like they're making a home, or making. Did you tell them no?
No to what?
Well, I mean, to being taken.
Being taken?
I don't know. It's not a big deal. Your dog's cute.
No, go ahead and tell me.
I don't really
Being
know.
taken?
I don't know a lot of stuff. I'm just a kid, but I see the Cracker Men sometimes. I saw the ladies, with the real ugly faces. They almost look like Cracker Men,
Yeah.
but they are not Cracker Men. But they sometimes work with the Cracker Mans. But but yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that I usually see. People think that I'm fucking crazy, but I'm not. Sometimes I see my mom
Yeah.
too, but she's been dead a long time.
Sometimes.
So It's real late.
Does your
Are we
mom
gonna
talk
go
to
to?
you sometimes?
No, no, she's dead.
Okay. No, she's dead.
Yeah, dead people don't talk.
Sometimes they do.
Not here, because their souls go away. The cracker men eat them.
Mm. He eats them.
They eat them right up. That's what cracker men do here. They go nom 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 nom.
That's pretty scary. You're pretty brave.
Well, I'm not dead, but your friend's soul, it didn't go to the cracker men.
Who
Did
did
you
it
see
go
it?
to?
It went
No.
fast. It went fast. It ran off like it had someplace to be. I'm gonna go to
Interesting.
sleep.
Okay. Where are you
So
gonna sleep?
so one of the
I'm
older
gonna make sure
boys,
she goes
one of the older boys named
somewhere
Don,
safe.
whose name's Donnie. He's like, there's a there's there's a an orphanage here, and I talked to Father Petrovich, and he said that we could stay there tonight. So we're going all over to the orphanage, but we thank you very much for your
Okay.
bravery, and we thank you very much for our lives. And you can come and visit us anytime you'd like.
Can we walk with them to the orphanage?
Yeah, we'll walk them there.
So you're walking them over to.
Is there perhaps a bakery on the way?
Nothing that's open. It's currently midnight right now. There
Okay.
was the tolling of
Lame.
the bells that had happened, and so this is the
You might have to go
orphanage.
out.
This is the orphanage that you
Oh
come to.
God. I'm not taking them in there. I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna knock. I'm gonna knock, knock, knock. And I'm gonna talk to the lady. I'm gonna say, "Is there a lady in there?"
There is a sweet older woman that is waiting at the door.
Hey, I'm gonna say, "Ma'am, you need some cleaning up out here. Okay, it's scary. It's gonna scare the kids. You need a hand with this. You have to call someone. You gotta call me."
This is actually one of the nicer buildings that you've seen in Palaki.
Well, it's
It's all
disgusting. Look at
pretty.
that picture you have.
Yeah, it's all pretty. It's all pretty good.
Horrible.
Are these the children that father was sending?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yep.
Oh, children, I heard you've had quite the ordeal. Don't worry, we have warm milk and biscuits for you, and warm beds. And she looks at both you and Freya, and it's like, have you stayed here before?
Nope.
Coulda.
I see.
Not that I recall.
There's a certain light in the eyes of those that have been orphaned. I wish you the peace of the morning, Father. May he bring about the dawn in your heart, chase away the shadow. And little Annabelle's like, and the Cracker Man. Don't let the Cracker Man get ya. Quiet, Annabelle. No
I'm
more
gonna-
stories.
I'm gonna turn to the old lady, and I'm gonna kind of pull her aside, and I'm gonna be like, "Man, there's really something wrong with this Annabelle kid. I don't know what's wrong with her in the head. If she hit her head or something, there's some mental disorder going on. I need you to make sure she's not getting bullied. I need you to keep an eye, because it could be a gift. You know what I mean? But we don't know that. Keep an eye on her. Make sure she doesn't go out of your sight."
So with your investigation check and your experience as an orphan yourself, You've been able to be a pretty good judge of character, and this woman seems to be legit in the idea of like she's trying to help kids, that she's been through a lot of pain and suffering herself, and this is how she controls the chaos in her own world.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's going to be okay. You are incredibly tired, and there is a room available for you at the Blue Tavern Inn, um, and you are able to make your way back there to the tavern. Um, what kind of are you trying to probably sleep in the same room, or what would you be doing, Freya?
Yeah, probably. I
All
don't
right.
know if Freya's gonna do much sleeping.
Yep. So while you're sitting there trying to get some sleep and keeping a watchful eye, you keep having this strange dream of being in darkness and that you're trapped, and then climbing out of a hole. And every time that you try to sleep, as you close your eyes, you can feel yourself like jolting and trying to fight and crawl your way out. Similar to that video, that's kind of what continues to happen as you hear the cawing of a raven, and you do hear the caw of the ravens that are around the Blue Tavern Inn every once in a while, and it just keeps entering your mind over and over again. Um, and and just as the it's probably close. It's probably closer to dawn than it is to midnight. Um, Freya, you feel like there's someone outside.
The orphanage?
Not the orphanage,
The tavern.
Or the tavern?
outside the tavern. So you're all the way up in your room, right? But there's just this feeling of that there's someone here.
So with that sword I have, would I get a feeling because of it, or would something else happen?
Yeah, it might be that you are looking at that sort of that dagger of warning, right?
Mhm.
And you're not getting a pulse from it as of like immediate danger, that kind of like that spidey sense, right?
Mhm.
Type of um but it's more ambiguous. It's like that, just that there's something outside. You're not sure if it's a threat. You're not sure if it's good. You're not sure if it's important or if it's nothing. If it's one of the kids or if it is this thing that has called you granddaughter. You're not sure what it is. But you feel compelled to go outside. Bruce, you have been trying to sleep too, and Freya has been um, jerking a lot, and you can feel that. Um, whether she knows it or not, she's stood up and seems to be looking at the door. And you see her doing that. Do you say anything or do you just watch?
I'd probably just call out her name.
Okay.
And then still half asleep. Probably something like, you okay? And then wait for a reply.
I think I'd just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go check something out real quick.
Right. So it has been stormy since Strahd's appearance and since his disappearance. And so it is raining and muddy, but you're able to walk out onto the um, outside staircase. And as the lightning crashes, there is a flash of light, and you see a taller figure standing there in the road, looking up at you.
Looking up at me,
Yes,
but they're taller.
taller man. Yes. And it's just a silhouette. And if you, are you able to make a
Yeah.
perception check? Would you like to get some more detail on this individual? Right. So with a 24 perception, and if you had advantage, it would be a crit. You, in the flash of lightning, although at a distance, but your trained archer eyes make out this individual who has like almost wolf-like features, and is standing there, and you're almost as if he's drunk, and as if he has been walking most of the night.
Okay, I think I call out to him,
What do you
and
say?
I don't know. Are you okay? I think is what I'd say.
All right, so Bruce, did you follow Freya, or did you just let her go on her own?
Yeah, I'll after a minute I get up and I follow her.
All right, so you also see this man and her calling out to him, and he opens his mouth to speak, and you watch as sludge comes out of his mouth, and he starts to stumble toward you.
Ew.
And you can see that he is like not naked, but his
But he's not exactly
clothes
fully clothed.
are in like kind of shambles. He has some, let's see, he has some cloak. I gotta find his more of his description, or read his description here. A moment of like what he's wearing. As it loads. All right, so he's looks like he has some like leather armor that is not fully strapped up, and is leaning on a staff, and is looking up at you, and is trying to speak, um, but struggling. And you're not, one of your first inclinations is that it could be a Strahd, one of those Strahd zombies that you had seen, um, but you do feel like this is the person that you were supposed to come out and meet.
They're supposed to what?
That you were supposed to come out and meet.
I think I'd slowly start walking towards him,
All right.
repeating, "Are you okay? Can you speak?"
And
I'll follow her closely.
he's shaking his head. Shaking his head like he's trying to clear it. And you know that he's about to say the first thing that he can at this point.
Who the junk is this junk?
All right. Right now he's wait. You're muted. Don't be muted.
There we go.
All right.
Who was it? Who thought it was funny?
What was funny?
You thought what?
Do you realize how long it took me to get out of that hole and then walk here?
What hole? Wait.
Who did we bury?
Who did we bury? We buried a lot of folks, gang.
Can I do a perception check?
Yeah, go ahead
I'm
and do
gonna
a
do
perception check.
investigation.
Long walk. How'd you get back here so quick? Damn it.
Oopsies.
Wait, I lied. Okay, Elise. Chill out.
So there's a couple things. There's a couple things that you know with your 47 perception checks that you've just done as you hit that button. One,
47?
no, I'm just joking. It was pretty bad though. So this is not Corbus.
This is somebody new.
This man is tall.
Yeah.
But this man is looking at you as if he knows you.
So, but it could be Corbus in somebody else's body, kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna call out and I'm gonna say, "What's your name?" All heroically, like Alex would.
What are you talking about? What's my name? You know who I am. What?
Bro,
You decide to put me in the ground and now you're gonna
it's Corbus.
you don't know me?
That little girl, she said that his soul had somewhere else to be and immediately snapped away, and the Kraken Man couldn't eat it fast enough, which has
That's
to
right.
mean it was in another vessel.
So I'm gonna kind of do a height check thing, like comedically, and then I'll be like, "What's your name?" Like,
What are you talking about? It's me.
do you have a mirror?
Corbus.
Can I hold up my
And
sword?
I remember you being 3 feet shorter.
My
You know what
bigger
I'm
sword.
saying?
Wait,
I'm gonna show him what he
This
looks like.
Greek
why are you
man,
guys so short?
this Greek man.
Why are you so short? What the hell?
Why
Yeah,
aren't
we
you?
shrank. Yo, what are you talking about? We buried you like 2 hours ago. You know what I mean?
2 hours. I've been walking all night. First, I had to dig out of the hole that I was in, which don't find that very funny. And then I had to walk the whole way from Barovia to get here.
Dude, that's a
What are
long
you
walk.
talking about? Last thing I remember, we were leaving the winery.
I think that Frey's just gonna start like laughing and then like cry laughing. You know, like that really like messed up cry laugh that people do. Just like it's sad.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
know what you
funny.
mean.
It's just like
The winery, that's the last thing you remember is the winery?
how long ago was the winery?
Before we got back to Valaki
So you don't remember the fight with Strahd at all? Or
Fight with Strahd. I remember leaving the winery, getting in the wagon and heading back. What? I fall asleep and y'all think it was funny to go bury me?
no, you died.
What are you talking about?
Like
You
we fought Strahd and
How's-
we buried your body.
If I died, how am I here?
I
That's
don't know.
the question of the
We're
hour.
on the same page.
Why are you short?
We just gotta,
You should not be my height.
Why are you not short?
bro. I am literally
You
average
made him-
height.
Holy shit! And I look down and see how far it is to the ground.
Bro gets scared.
He's scared of heights. He's scared of heights.
That's crazy. We were just fighting with Strahd, and then we tried to save you, but we couldn't for some reason. Nothing we did worked. And then I met this little girl, and she was telling me about how my friend's soul left his body super fast and went somewhere else. And it usually doesn't do that.
Where's my stuff? What the hell am I wearing?
I don't even know whose body you're in. I don't.
King Arthur?
All right.
Take a look at this guy.
So-
you know what I'm saying?
Well,
You have no idea how long it took me to come up with a picture even like that.
Corbus,
or even
there's-
remotely close.
that's starting to happen as like
Is he
these
glitching?
competing thoughts
Sure,
start to
something
come in of the last thing that
Yeah.
you remember was leaving the winery, but like this weird back and forth of at what angle you saw the winery from. Like you remember being in this body, you remember being in your gnome body. You're remembering growing up in Barovia. You remembering growing up in the area outside of Neverwinter, and
Dude, what?
and there's even this moment that you remember your son going off to fight Strahd, and that's a completely different memory. But you remember saying something like, "I don't care whether in this life or the next, I will defeat Strahd."
I feel like I've heard that before.
I'm just kind of like trying to shake it off, and I'm like, I don't know whose body this is, but I think somewhere in the back of their mind, my mind, they're there and they are pissed. Someone really upset them. I don't know what memories are mine or which ones are theirs at this point.
Well, you both have a common enemy.
I think a lot of people do.
Hmm.
What check would I do to see if I know anything about this? Arcana or Wisdom?
Yeah, go ahead and do an Arcana check.
Okay. Did that go through for anybody?
No.
Me neither.
All right, so I see that
Mine went
your
through.
Arcana check.
I-
So as a grave or a grave
Oh, there it
domain
is.
cleric, you have heard of creatures that are called revenants, right? These
Revenant?
are revenants.
Okay.
These are creatures that or that have died, but have some purpose that um, that they
Keeping
still
them.
want to complete that um, that reanimates
It's keeping them in this
their
realm.
corpse with that single purpose of um, I for vengeance or for saving someone or doing something like that. Um,
Or for
these are
justice.
stories that you have heard. Um, there's also been different um, people that have talked uh, about resurrection or past lives um, and being old souls, right? And
Yeah.
that is two different ideas that are kind of coming to mind um, with this experience.
Interesting.
Corbus, you're still kind of getting used to um, your body, and like you can feel that there are things that you know how to do, but you're not really you're not really sure how you know them. They're just kind of embedded. Like, what would be this character's like go to cantrip?
Hmm. This character's. I think I purposefully did not take Firebolt. What did I take? Actually, I don't think Firebolt's even a druid spell.
So you do have you do
Either
have Shillelagh, and you do have produce flame, right?
yeah, I got Shillelagh, Primal Savagery, Produce Flame, and Poison Spray. Probably go with Poison Spray because that came from the Circle of the Forest.
That comes from the circle of the forest, right? So, and that so almost out of reflex because you're feeling anxious and everything like that, you put out your hand and suddenly there's this puff of this gas um, that that bursts forth from your hand, and it's almost like somebody reflexively reaching for their pepper spray. Um, and although it's not aimed directly at you, still kind of like feel the effects of it. And you're like, oh my gosh, I would not want to have
Mhm.
that aimed at my face.
In my face. Yeah.
But that is not something that Corbus has ever been able to do. But he also hasn't looked
Been
like
told.
a wolfy man.
Yeah, Awuga, by the way. That was a good picture. He's Greek. That's a Greek man.
I feel like
So,
we
I-
probably shouldn't
It
be
took
having
forever to come up
conversation
with that.
outside though
so,
of
so
the.
courage has also gotten up with you because he saw both of you
You
get
can
up.
tell.
He looks at Corbus and starts to growl, and then has this kind of like look of curious look and comes
That's
up
beautiful.
and smells you, and then starts to nuzzle up against you.
Oh, so somebody
Nah,
decided
he's
to
not a
take
cat.
back
He
out.
starts to attack you.
What's that?
Somebody decided to come back from chasing. Well, when did he go after the hags? That was
That was right at the beginning of the interaction in Blocky. So
okay. So
that memory starts to come back, and with that memory coming back, you also suddenly go into a catatonic state where you are unable to move for a moment as the experience of a a sword being plunged into you, and Strahd standing over the top of you, mocking Alexander while stabbing your incapacitated body until suddenly it starts to go black, and then like a swarm of fireflies moving quickly, suddenly you feel just this momentum, and then the memory stops. But then it repeats again, and you again experience being stabbed over and over again, and you can feel it plunging into you. And Freya and Bruce, you both watch as suddenly this strange man that you've just met, but does seem to be Corbus, his eyes roll back into his head, and he's just convulsing, and as if he's being stabbed. It's almost like watching Courage when Courage has a nightmare, or a dream. But this lasts.
I'm dreaming like a dog.
But this lasts for a full minute of him just having this experience, and you start to pick up on the fact that he's experiencing the death that you all watched him have after the 6th, 7th, 8th time that you watch it happen again and again. And Corbus, finally, you start to regain control over your own body again, and you vividly remember your last few moments in a gnome body being pierced by Strahd.
Oh, I'm gonna stab that son of a bitch. That sucked.
I feel like the whole time me and Freya are probably just as the first couple seconds we're just kind of like, what is this guy doing? Why is he spazzing?
No, I
like
think
that?
they'd run over.
And then, yeah. And then
They would run
and then
over.
after 30 seconds we're like genuinely concerned and we're running over and we're like freaking out and trying to like
We thought it was a bit at first.
yeah, we were like, bro, what's he doing? Is he like doing the Exorcist thing or like what is this?
So with the anxiety of having experienced death and not wanting to experience it again, Corbus, you have the overwhelming desire to
Burn
be able
Ravenloft
to
to the ground.
burn Ravenloft to the ground, but you have to figure out how your own body works, right? And so it's like I need somebody to be able to practice with. I need somebody to be able to have a
Did you get that?
sparring match with, to make sure that I know how to use this body when the time comes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're gonna do now, that was just a brief RP session, and
Bruh.
introducing Corbus back from
2.0.
the grave, right? You did dispose of Corbus's previous body, but that is not the one that he came back in. But I do also want, as players, both Olivia and Elise, to have some experience with being able to play with your characters and your character sheets, and figure out what kind of stuff you can and can't do. So we are going to have a mock battle to the death.
Right now?
Yeah. So you're not actually going to die. We'll just reset you back
Okay.
to where you're at. So you can go ahead and put yourself at full hit points. You can put yourself at full spell casting capability. But everybody should be on the church basement map.
Before we continue, Father, will you turn up your mic volume? Is he really quiet for anybody else, or is it just me?
Have I been really quiet? Is that better?
That's better for me.
Okay, good. All right, so I didn't
It's
realize I
louder.
was being so quiet. Okay,
Quiet.
here
It's louder.
it's louder. I don't know if it's better. All right, so
Right.
that's what's going to happen now is
All right.
go ahead and for a moment, whether in a dream world or whether in a reality where it is reset, go ahead and roll for initiative, and both Freya and Bruce are going to have the opportunity to fight Corbus's new body so that he can have a chance to practice it with it, and you girls can have a chance to
See your friend die again?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm out. I'm seeing outside the church. I see Bruce, Freya, Alexander, and Corbus.
Yeah, I see both. I see outside the church and I see inside the church, and I see multiple tokens for people.
Okay, so we're inside the church, not outside the church, or we're inside the basement. Let me check. My. I may not have.
I made a live to see our glory, but
I
I was gladly drawn in the sight.
don't think I have you attached to this token yet. Let's make sure.
So does Corvus have the same character sheet though?
What's that?
What's happening?
He made a new one.
Nope, I ain't throwing Thunder Fists anymore.
No! Finally, I get a chance to use Stinking Cloud.
Yeah, you can try.
My fart spell.
All right. Can you see your new token in the basement of the church?
I'm still seeing outside. All I
But you
see
can't-
is
Go
outside.
to the right. Go to the right.
I'm zoomed out almost the entire way.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I can still move the old Corbus token.
You can still move the old Corvus token, but you can't move.
I can't even see the new
You
one.
can't see in the basement.
All right. So.
Oh, there's
we're
the
doing-
basement. Yeah, I can't click on the new token.
Give it a moment as I try to figure out.
Go away. You're ugly. Meh, meh, meh. No. You don't get any. That's just got to be bad for you.
Are you messing with my sheet?
Trying to, yeah.
That's what you're doing. That's a lot of sodium.
All right. Try to move that token now.
Nope. I
You
moved the
can't
old
see it.
Corvus token. I moved the old token to get the numbers out of the way so I could actually click on the token. And as soon as I moved it, that's the portion's black again. And I have no idea where the Corvus token went.
I just deleted it. Try it now.
I can't see it. All I can see is outside the church on the left side.
There's two of them.
Everything else is black.
Now, there are two of them.
What the boy? I did enough, Finnegan. You're no courage dog of mine. You want this? It's nice to meet you. Jake. It's very nice to meet you. Jake. It's very nice to meet you. You get an eat. Yeah. How gross is that?
Is that you?
What?
Who put that one out there?
What out there?
Put the second token out there.
I didn't put a
It's
token
been
out.
there.
Is that all I can see?
You're the only one with a misperception to that.
Okay, I can move the one token. I don't know where the other one came from.
Okay. Except it's not showing.
And it rolled the GM. I forgot I switched that stuff. Switch that on.
Oh, you changed the
Never
name.
whisper rolls.
All right. Are you good now?
I was able to.
All right. You want to go ahead and roll initiative? Freya, you have advantage on initiative. Did you roll twice?
No.
All right. Olivia, you do not have advantage on initiative. Did you roll
What?
3 times? I said you do not have
Well,
advantage on initiative. Did you roll 3 times?
I don't. I rolled 3 times.
All right. You have 11 for initiative. You both have 11 for initiative. Let's find out what Corbus gets.
Should be a 7. I rolled it. It just whispered it to you.
Go ahead and click on your token this time, though, so it enters into the.
Well, it was clicked, and then you deleted. Then you changed the tokens around again.
I didn't mean to change the tokens around. I'm fucking sorry. That's what we're here for.
I'll take that.
All right.
A little better.
Wait, now Dad is quiet for me. I can't hear him.
I'm just
His
quiet.
volume did go back down a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'm switching over to a different mic next time. Tired of being
Oh,
told that I'm
we got
not
your breath
speaking
though.
loud enough.
That one's loud and clear.
All right. Let us begin. All right.
I go first. Wait, no, I don't.
So
Oh.
this is what the turn order is going to be. What I want you to go ahead and do is figure out how you're going to be able to, what you're going to do in order to try to defeat your enemies. So I'll be back. We're gonna just take a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll be starting the fight. Did you reset your spell slots, both Freya and Bruce?
I don't know. I'll check.
What does that mean?
Go away for a second.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about that.
Talk about what?
Let's talk about things that we haven't gone over in a while to make sure that you both feel more confident in your gameplay.
I thought we were taking a 5-minute break.
We will take a 5-minute break, but if
Okay.
you want to go ahead and look at my screen, I'm pulling up Bruce's character sheet, your spell slots, right?
Okay.
So, yep. So you have 4 total slots, and so if you're resetting your slots, you're going back up to the maximum amount they have. On the front of your sheet,
What is it on the
Possibly.
second page or on the third page?
on the front of your sheet under characteristics, you also have buttons that you can press for long rest and for short rest. And if you do that, it should reset your.
As long as Roll20 is working,
Oh, it does
will-
it for me.
It can.
it'll reset
So
all
you're
your.
not gonna have any temporary hit points, and you're not gonna have.
I still don't understand where the spell slots are.
Okay, so on your spell list, so you're looking at Bruce's sheet on my screen right now, right? So this is how many there's spell slot or slot total under.
But she doesn't look like that.
Okay, so go ahead and or does your sheet look like this?
Yeah.
Okay, and up here
Oh, click spells.
spells.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes
So
sense.
spell slots is the number of chambers that you have in your gun, and each of the spell slots is like a bullet, and when you fire that bullet, you have to expend the round. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
I really have to go to the bathroom.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay. I can't promise I'll be back in 5 minutes, but I will make it back, and
Eventually.
that's what matters.
Hey, why are there two of them again?
What? I didn't do that. I had my character sheet up in front of us, so I didn't even know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
And you deleted the one that I rolled for initiative off of.
Can you not access that character?
I can move it. I just did. But I had gone off the one that was higher up. And if you look at the turn order, my token's no longer there. The 18 is, but the token is not.
So you can't see the token that's on the screen right now?
Oh, no, I can see it. It's selected.
And you can move it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the 18 is back on the menu. And what I'm going to do is, because it's 2 against 1, if you roll after Freya's turn, if you roll after Bruce's turn, after Freya's turn, if you roll a 5 or a 6, you can take another action.
That's a small arena.
Right. It is a small arena. It'd be nice if you had a larger one.
A little bit.
Sounds like a plan. So
Give
you
me
should
room
run
to move.
outside. Well, they're both ranged characters, so you might actually.
Oh, I have solutions for that.
Okay. All right, we're gonna find out.
I mean, have you looked at my spell list?
Nope.
Listen,
You get a
I have a
surprise
question.
from this. Yeah, I have an answer.
How wide are these pillars? Can I hide behind them?
No.
It is fairly dark in here. So there's some torches that are spread out, right? So if you extinguish the torches, you would find it easier to.
And I'm the
find
only
it
one with
easier to
dark
hide.
vision. Aren't I?
You have dark vision. I think somebody else has dark vision now too.
Oh, no! So it's just okay. Bruce and I are fighting Corvus's two character, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right. Let me go ahead and play some combat music as we go ahead.
And this isn't real. Like none of this is actually happening.
It's happening, but it's kind of like pulling punches, right? So you're not actually doing any real damage.
So, but okay. So we're actually fighting each other. We're just letting him get used to his new body, kind of thing. So this is like canon, though.
Right. We're gonna reset. We're gonna reset everybody back to what they were with a long rest, but you get a chance to practice some fighting because both you and Olivia could use that chance to just do it just with the appears. All right, so Corbus, you are up first.
I'll back up. And I gotta get my sheet to come back up. As my action, I am going to down. Come on. I am obviously the willing creature.
You are the willing creature, so your AC can't be less than 16. Is anybody else seeing 2 Corbuses?
Yes.
So it did it again.
Why do you keep splitting in two?
I don't know.
It's a skill.
Right. It's not. Erase. And whenever I erase one of them, that's the one that somehow it just happened again.
But one of them.
Maybe I should be. Maybe it's trying to say I should be an Echo Knight instead of.
You must be an Echo Knight.
Put one in stairs.
Those things
Yeah.
are fucking potent.
Put one in stairs.
It's so weird.
It just populated another one.
Yeah, I just Control Z, but it didn't help. All right.
Over there. Okay. And bonus action. I don't know if I can get my sheet to scroll.
When you shift, you gain temporary hit points equal to 2 times your proficiency bonus.
I'm more
Also gain
concerned about the
additional
last
benefits.
part.
Wild Hunt. You have advantage on wisdom checks, and no creature within 30 feet of you can make an advantage roll with advantage unless you are incapacitated. What the fuck kind of capability is that? Alright,
Awesomeness.
so you don't have advantage on your attacks.
None of us do.
As long as you're
Not
within
against-
30 feet of me.
How big
Now
is
there
his
are-
face?
He's crippled. He's like a mitosis. What's the word? Like a cell?
I don't understand why that keeps happening, but alright. That was Corpus's turn. He has done Bark Skin and he has shifted. Alright. It says Bruise is up next.
Okay.
Alright, this is a chance for you to ask questions and to explore and understand your character. So you can take as much time as you need, and if you want to ask
I don't
for
have
what's up.
any questions.
Okay, then go ahead and do whatever it is.
I
you
don't
wanna
have any questions unless it's like something super specific I'm doing in the heat of battle. You know what I'm saying?
do. Right.
On that note, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Do you think 20-foot radius? Hold on, I gotta check something out.
Okay, so if you go to this little bar right here and click on it,
Yeah, I've
you
already
can
got it.
actually, right, but this will actually show you a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, Dad, I'm doing it right. Do you see the yellow ruler?
I see the yellow ruler, but that is not a 20-foot radius circle. So if you notice, like a 20-foot radius circle takes up almost this entire space. But go ahead. Put what it is that you're looking to. But that
Okay.
ruler section can
Here's what
actually.
Bruce is gonna do.
Okay.
Bruce is gonna take a itsy bitsy step forward, and then am I allowed to cast the spell and then hit?
Depends on the
I
Go
can
casting
ahead,
action.
go ahead and put the spell in the visibility.
No.
So you see that takes one action, right? And so
Yeah.
like shooting something would take also an action.
No, but can I hit somebody?
You could
No,
do
because
a,
the attack is an action. They're
But
both
you could do an
actions.
off-
only one.
you could do an offhand attack as a bonus action, but you wouldn't have any of your proficiency bonus or anything like that.
But if you read the
Okay.
spell description, you would lose the invisibility as soon as you attack.
No, Right.
in the
Yeah.
description.
When you attack, you're going to lose invisibility. So if
Okay.
you're doing this
I'm gonna use-
defensive,
I'm gonna use invisibility and then I'm gonna hide. Then I'm gonna climb a wall.
What?
I'm gonna climb one of the pillars, I think. And I'm gonna get him from above. Is that not allowed?
everything's allowed. Within
I like
reason,
what I
yes.
hear.
All right,
Alright,
so you've-
my turn's
so you've-
over.
So you've used invisibility and you're climbing up that pillar.
That, the one I'm closest to, yes.
Okay, so go ahead and do an athletics check.
Don't mind if I do.
All right. So with your 19, not only are you able to get up, but you're able to do it fairly quietly. So that does not mean that Corvus is going to have advantage on being able to figure out where you're at in order to be able to attack you. So you were able to pretty deftly climb up that pillar, which makes it difficult for him to just hit you just based on the sound of where you're at. Does that make sense? Like if you're in the dark, you can still shoot somebody just based on the sounds that they're making. Just because they're invisible doesn't mean that they're undetectable, right? But it's still going to have disadvantage on him being able to attack you, even if. But whether he can even figure out where you're at, he's going to have to figure out with a perception check. So, Corvus, go ahead and roll a d6.
Maybe.
I love
Yeah.
how Chris's face is frozen right now.
I know, it's so
Everything
wonderful.
froze.
I just like to think that that's what he's doing the whole time.
There we go.
All right, with a 4, you do not gain an additional turn this time. So, Freya, you are up.
Honey, come here. Come
Okay.
here.
I pressed my board. Okay, please. I'm fine. Shoot him. Surprise, surprise. Not my typical move. Okay, so to use assassinate, I have to do something else with it, right?
So, with Assassinate, yes, that's going to require that
I
you
use
were
like
first in the turn order, but you have advantage against all attacks against a creature that hasn't taken a turn yet in combat. In addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit. So, you're not able to. You didn't have the opportunity to surprise him, and he was
Okay. So I should
before
go
you in the
stealth.
turn order.
Okay. Then I'm gonna use.
All right, so a 24 does hit, 9 piercing damage to Sir Corvus. But you were not able to get sneak attack damage.
No, but can I hide behind? So
And it won't have advantage. The 24 hits, but the advantage wouldn't have counted.
Huh, interesting. Go ahead and put sneak attack in the
You took my hit points off. but you didn't account for my temporary hit points.
I did not. Sorry.
What do you mean
Go
put
ahead,
my?
go ahead and remove
No,
the
what?
temporary hit points.
I got
Why
it.
your token continues to just pop up randomly over and over again. So what I'm looking at is because of his ability that you can't make an attack roll with advantage.
I didn't use sneak attack.
No, I know, but you get sneak attack every time that you can roll with advantage, right?
Oh,
And this says you can make an attack roll. Wait,
but I thought that was within 30
and
feet.
no
I
creature
couldn't-
within 30 feet of you can make an
I thought
attack
it was
roll.
farther than 30 feet.
Let's find out.
I'm pretty sure I
I
am.
don't believe so.
No, you're 20 feet.
Dang! I move before I shoot.
You hit me anyway.
You hit him anyway, so you have movement right now, so you can move away from him.
Yeah, I do. I want to move, and I can't move my token because I can't actually see the screen right now. But like 2 down, so I'm kind of hidden by the. Okay, that way it works too. That's fine.
You're a dork, kitty.
All right. Do you want to attempt to hide?
Yes.
Yes, you should always hide at the end of your turn.
I already
So go
started
ahead.
saying that, and you started asking me what the question.
Now, because you're within, go ahead and put your cloak in the. So technically, you're not able to stealth if you can't remove yourself from eyesight.
I don't have my clothes. You do. Oh my god.
I have a cloak.
Okay.
You don't have the hidden thing like I do though.
So one of the things I'm gonna have to do is put the description of that cloak in the handle. All right. All right, I'll figure that out.
Of my
Corvus,
cloak?
Yours is the cloak of protection one. Yours is different.
it's your turn, Corvus.
It is?
It is Corvus's turn.
That's a long spell.
Then.
All right. Sorry, I was trying to look at what is he doing? A wind wall?
Yep.
You're kind of a dick. All right, does everybody see what that says?
Yeah, and I'm not liking it.
I didn't read
Okay.
that one.
Okay, so the most important piece of it is that when the wall appears, each creature within its area, which you're not in, so you're all right, must make a saving throw. Arrows, bolts, and other ordinary projectiles launched at the targets behind the wall are deflected upward and automatically miss. So where that red line is at, you can't shoot him.
Bro.
That's why I asked if you had read my spell list there, Nick.
Yep, exactly. All right. So that was his action. And of course, 2 more
One bonus
corpuses have popped up for some reason. I've got to figure out how to fix whatever that is. All right. Do you have any other bonus action? So you watch.
There's my bonus
What does
action.
it look like as you cast Shillelagh on your staff?
He'll be on the quarterstaff and he's just running his hand along it, and it becomes looking more natural. It's like kind of almost like it gets developed vines around it, and it's just us instead of like a polished quarterstaff. It is just almost like a branch, but it kind of has a little bit of a glow to it.
Glowing. Okay. All right. So, Bruce, it is your turn.
Okay.
And there are lots of
attack.
things that you have other than just attacking with arrows. Freya, go ahead and look at what you
Dang,
have.
I'm
for
up on the
attacks.
wall right now.
Correct. Yes.
So, can things go over the wall?
It's 15 feet high, and the walls in here are 15 feet high. So it's pretty much taking up the entirety.
Chris, I hate you.
You got other abilities. Start using them.
Can words go through the?
Words can go through, yeah. I would say that
Cool.
it may be more difficult, but that is a sound. That is a sound that only the creature of your choice hears. So it is a magical sound. Go ahead and make your wisdom saving throw, Corvus.
At advantage.
Why is it an advantage?
Shifter.
Because yes, you get.
Did you turn off the toggle advantage?
No.
It doesn't. The options for toggling between them are gone.
Okay, let me.
I'll just roll twice for now. Well, I'll roll once and see what happens.
I think
take
my
it.
default was that for the game was that it defaults.
Yeah,
to-
I have, but I had switched it though. It looks
Right,
like it switched back.
but-
But we'll do that.
for
I'll
this
deal with it
character
later.
hasn't switched. All right, so a 23 does pass. So you've started to figure out that the ability for him to save on wisdom saving throws is pretty good. All right, so your dissonant whispers
How much damage?
on a failed
That's
save.
still
Go ahead and
half.
roll your damage of 3d6 there, Olivia.
Oh, okay.
You remember how to roll 3d6?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you still take 7 points of psychic damage.
Done. That's an action. What else you got?
Did you say you wanted a bonus action because you're always concerned about giving your allies that's next in the turn order a bardic inspiration?
Yeah. I'll give.
All right, what do you say to Freya to inspire her?
I'll say. Kill that bitch again.
Like,
Sorry.
Kill that bitch again. All right.
Well, that's rude.
Sorry, Jay.
Okay.
I didn't mean it. I just gotta get it fired up.
Okay. My turn?
Corpus has started to try to cast a tidal wave, but it's not his turn yet. So
I was trying to open it up to see how wide the wall was, and I don't know why it put it in the chat.
all right, so go ahead and stop appearing. Why do you keep doing this? It just keeps coming.
So
All
are
right.
we gonna do this till death? Or
1d. No,
what's the
go ahead and roll
time
a
frame?
one. Go ahead and roll 1d6,
Me?
Corpus. Actually, I'll roll it for you. Okay. Okay, you do not get another turn. Freya, you're up.
How tall is the? Can I get over
15
the wall?
feet. Could you
No.
get over
Like
the
it-
wall?
I just asked
Yeah.
that.
You can get you.
You can go through it.
You can go
It's just
through
a
it.
wall of wind.
Oh,
And if you were inside of it when it was cast, it would have also thrown you, or it would have done damage to you.
can I see Corvus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like you can if it was windy out, you could still see him. Are you within 30 feet of him?
I'd like to move. Oh crap!
Yep. So that's something to watch out for, right? Always
Yeah.
look at your casting distances, and look at the casting distances for other people's effects too. So that way you can move outside of them. So like right now, you're outside of
Can I move?
the ability that you can't get advantage, but you need to move within that space. Yes, first two, but you wanted to have done that first. Like I'll let you because you're my daughter, but if Tom was here, he'd be like,
And isn't this a practice anyway?
"It is a practice. That's why we're
Okay.
doing this stuff." Yes.
Where did my measure thing go?
Where did your what go?
My measuring thing.
So you have to actually click on the measuring thing.
I know, but it disappeared. I had it, now it's gone.
Once you move, it's not going to be there anymore.
The icon, the ruler icon on the left side, is no longer showing up. That's what I mean.
All right. So what are you looking to just identify if
Yeah.
you're now within 30 feet of him,
Okay, now that I do.
and the other two of him continue to pop up for no reason. All right, so the next time your ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all of the attack's damage, and then the curse ends.
Okay. And then I'd like to. Can't really stealth. Okay. Can I?
Yes. You also have
Mm,
Bardic Inspiration, which we did not add on there. Right. So, with that, Bruce, the next attack that happens on Corpus is going to
It's next
Sure.
hit. My
What's
next attack. It's next actual hit, my next attack.
oh, okay, so next hit.
We'll
So
kill
he's
him.
going to take. He's going to be vulnerable to that attack, which means that you're going to do double damage to him. So whatever it is that you do, you want it to be your
stop.
the most amount of dice that you can possibly do in a single attack. Now, you can't shoot something right now. So you want something else. One thing
Not
that you
knowing the
have,
spell list, if you got something, it's almost a guaranteed hit.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Your 1 per long rest of that, I think, is your best bet. What you just looked at, just to run up on him.
Which
and-
one?
The one that you were just looking at. This one.
Inflict
I would
wound?
move up. Move up to him and hit that. Hit that inflict wounds.
Okay.
Well, you have to run up to him first.
Girl, I'm getting there. Run! Okay, I ran.
Okay, now because you're invisible, you would usually have advantage on this attack because you're invisible, but because he can't be hit with attacks within 30 feet that usually have
Magic?
advantage. You're just rolling.
It's a
So
normal roll.
a melee spell attack, which is just going to be, I believe, should be on your.
It should be in the attack column for inflict wounds.
Correct. Yep.
And
So all you
it
have to do is click on this inflict wounds right here on the first page. Did you click on? Oh, there you go. All right. So a 20 hits, and you do 26 necrotic damage.
Is he dead?
He is
No.
not dead,
Yeah.
but that definitely hurt. It is. Yeah, you put it in. You put this description in there. Got it.
That sucks.
Okay, and why did you take away your spell slot?
Not yet. I thought you said we didn't have
Does
to.
that one take away a spell slot? If it's a one per long rest?
Well, she did upcast it.
Is it well? How's that? What is the ability? Is it worded that you can do that?
Well, what's interesting is that it says that it was upcast, right? But there was only 3d10. So I didn't put the higher level casting. I didn't take that into consideration. So there's 3 points of casting it at level 2. Did you select casting it at level 2?
I selected 2.
Okay, so with that ability, you're only going to be able to do it at level 1 because that isn't using a spell slot. That's an ability that you have from being shadow touched. So the 13 necrotic damage, which is doubled to 26 because of what Freya did. And Freya, right here, you have your harness divine power that you'll need to now take down to 0. So that was the. Oh, excuse me, not harness divine. Was that harness divine power or channel divinity? Not harness.
That was channel divinity, I think.
Yep. So that was your one channel divinity that you have at the current level that you're at. So you have severely wounded the
Corvus.
Corvus. All right, Corvus, go ahead and roll your 1d5.
$1d5.
1d6. 5 or 6 on the 1d6 gets you an extra action. You do not get an extra action yet. Freya, it's your turn.
I still don't understand how to take away a spell slot.
Okay, so like right now you have 4 spell slots for level 1, right?
Mm-hmm. So
So
Channel
when
Divinity
you
is what
when
level?
you use one of these spells, then you have to take away one of those spell slots.
Which one
Does
do
that
I
make
use?
sense?
Yeah.
All right, but you haven't used any of your spells yet, so you still have all of your
Oh, I
spells.
thought you just said that I did.
What?
Use one of my spells.
You should probably use one of your spells. Oh,
Okay.
the Channel Divinity that you did that isn't marked off right now, that's right here. You only have one of those for your current level, right? And you just used it. You see where that's at right here?
Oh, okay. Oopsies.
-4 is not a thing.
Okay, listen. Listen.
There you go. Good to go. Got it. Excellent. Now, what are you going to do next to this asshole? Right now, he's trying to think of what he's going to do next if he still has hit points remaining.
I don't know what. So some of the things that I can do are in that middle section, like with my weapons, but I don't know what they do. Like Hellish Rebuke, I don't know what that does.
All right, so go ahead and go to your spells. And now here is, on your level 1 spells, Hellish Rebuke. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we look at that in the chat, right? You point your finger and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by Hellish Flame. And that is, the casting time is 1 reaction. So if he attacks you, right, you can immediately use that reaction to do something back to him. So that's something, that Hellish Rebuke is something that you can do when it's not your turn. If somebody attacks you, you can do
As long as you have a reaction.
Okay.
So things that are going to use a reaction are spells that have a casting time of reaction, or if you took like an attack of opportunity.
Okay. I think I've decided what I want to do. I don't know if I actually know how to do it. How much can I move in without making any action?
Okay, so go ahead and go back to your core, right? And your movement speed is right up here next to your initiative, 30 feet. So that's, and right now you're 30 feet away from him. So
And I can get through the wall?
You can get through the wall.
Okay, I'd like to go over there.
Okay, so you go up next to him.
I'm gonna try something.
All right, and you're gonna do what?
I was gonna use Dark Maul,
right.
but it didn't work.
Yep, go ahead and put the description of that in the chat.
Okay.
By the way, you rolled horribly.
I know!
All right, so I want you to actually give some flavor to this as you come in to try to attack him. What's it look like when Freya does this?
Really scary. Like her face does not look like how it usually does at all. It's like, you know those nice people you never see angry, and then once they're angry, it's like terrifying. It's kind of what it is, except for it, like.
What's interesting too is go ahead and put sneak attack in the chat as well.
What do you mean? Okay.
Okay, so you can deal an additional 3d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. The attack must use a finesse or ranged weapon. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy is with if another enemy of that target is within 5 feet of it. That enemy isn't incapacitated, and you don't have disadvantage on the attack, right? So the it's not a weapon attack. It's a an ability. I was wondering if you would have sneak attack damage on this particular.
No, but I do
attack.
want to assassinate.
You would have the additional piece of it on the assassinate, but I'm gonna say because of the surprising nature of this that it is possible for you to get sneak attack damage with a fanged attack. But if you notice what you rolled, you have a 2 or you have a 1 crit fail, right?
Yeah.
You can't use advantage on your attacks.
I did stealth though before.
Yeah, that's fine. But you can't do attacks of advantage against
Oh yeah,
Chris's
yeah, yeah,
character, right? And you have Bardic Inspiration that you could add to it, but that's not going to get you to the point where you can actually defeat his AC.
So what's the point?
There isn't.
Okay.
I'm just telling you that it would have been an absolutely devastating attack, and you would have gotten 4 points of healing from it when you do that kind of attack. So it is a good attack that you can use. But
That roll was just bad.
the roll was bad. All right. So you did use up your Dark Maw attack, but you looked scary as hell while you did it. But it did not. It did not pan out. You have
So
the
that's
ability
a
to take.
cantrip. So do I just?
You could fucking do it next time. Yes, you could.
Okay.
All right. Corbus, you are up. Corbus is going to cast Tidal Wave. Now this is not a concentration spell, so it's not going to break his concentration. But one thing, Corbus, that you did not do is when you got hit with that necrotic damage, as she came, or as Bruce came in, you do your concentration check for your wall of wind. So I need you to do a concentration check on maintaining your wall of wind. He makes his Constitution saving throw. And everybody's going to need to do a dexterity saving throw. So Freya and Bruce, go ahead and do a dexterity saving throw, which is going to be up in this area up here. All right, so Freya makes it. Bruce does not, which means that Bruce, you take the full 20 points of damage, and at least you would take half of that. Bruce, you've also been knocked prone, which means that in order
So
to
I
get
take 10
up,
points of damage?
you take 10 points of damage. Bruce, in order to get back up, you're going to need to use half of your movement speed in order to stand up. While you are prone, you have people that attack you have advantage on their attack. So you essentially got blasted back. But don't worry, it's your turn. I would recommend that since you are knocked prone, what's the first thing that you're going to want to do?
Get up.
Get up. Good to go.
Okay, how close am I to him?
You are right next to him, but you were on. Oh, wait. Yeah, it doesn't say that you're moved back. It just says that
Okay.
that you're not prone. So
So I'm close enough to touch.
yes,
Okay.
you can only do that once per long rest.
I can
And
only
you
do
already did
that one. I thought that. Oh, that's so dumb. Whoops. Sorry, guys.
You can detect magic though if you want to. But you are within the range. You are within the range of touch, or you could make a melee attack. Let's go ahead and take a look at what kind of options Bruce has
No.
for.
It's
What?
fine. I'll figure it out. Let me figure it out.
All right, go ahead and figure it out.
Okay, I'm gonna. Can I scoot my? Can I crawl my way into the wall?
Oh no! You see that?
What?
Something's wrong with Chris's daughter's eye. He's taking her to the ER.
Oh no.
Okay, so something that I haven't seen Bruce use that you do have as an ability, right? So those things that require saving throws, you have this ability, which is that you can actually detract from their saving throw using unsettling words, right? So you essentially talk smack in order to reduce their saving throw using one of your bardic inspiration die. So things that can be pretty devastating. Tasha's hideous laughter. A creature within your choice that you can see finds everything funny, but must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. He has advantage on wisdom saving throws, so that makes him difficult to hit with that, right? But if it fails, that it falls prone, becomes incapacitated, it is unable to stand for the duration of the spell. Incapacitated also means that anybody that attacks him, it has advantage on those attacks and he can't really do them. Or another one. Go ahead. Another one that you
I
could look
think I
at
want to
doing
cast.
is hold person, right? And you've used that before. It's again a wisdom saving throw and being paralyzed, which means that he can't take any actions, and that everybody has advantage on attacks against him.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Tasha's hideous laughter.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't.
Now, so I don't know why you only have one spell slot remaining. I only know of two things that you've done. You did a Dissonant Whispers, but your detect magic and your inflict wounds is a once per long rest ability. It didn't use spell slots, so you still have two spell slots remaining as you cast. Tasha's
And I just
Hideous
used
Laughter.
one.
But you just used another one with Tasha's Hideous Laughter. All right, so that means that he has to do a Wisdom saving throw. He's able to do that with advantage. I'm gonna go ahead and roll for him since he is on his way to the
He already
ER.
did it. He already did it. He's on it.
Oh, he's freaking on it. All right, so right now he's rolled a 20. So now you can use your, you can roll a Bardic Inspiration to try to use your unsettling words to negate that, right? So what's your Bardic Inspiration die?
I don't know.
All right, so let's go ahead and look at Bardic Inspiration. Okay. Your Bardic Inspiration die at 5th level is a D8.
D8.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a D8. And with a 4, then, instead of him getting a 20, he would instead get a 16. Okay? So that does not get him down. But if you would have rolled an 8 or a 7, that would have gotten him down to the point where he would have failed that. So that unsettling words is pretty awesome, especially on what they call user or succeeder or what is it called? Like kind of an all or nothing kind of effect, right? Like this Tasha
Yeah.
City Slapper. On a success, they're fine, right? All right, so that was your action, and that was a good call. All right, any movement or any bonus actions that you want to take?
Nope.
Okay. All right, so Freya, actually, let me go ahead and do a D6 roll. See if Corpus does not get another turn. Freya, you're up.
My roll 20 crashed. So,
Okay. All
waiting
right,
for
so
that. I was gonna try and do Dark Maw again though.
okay, go ahead. We'll go ahead and I will roll your Dark Maw. All right, this time you got a 17. Does anybody remember what his AC is at with the bark skin? It's at 16.
Yay!
Now, it rolled really, really shitty for your
Of course it
2d8s of
did.
damage, right?
Of course it
So
did.
you only did 3 points of damage, but you rolled really fucking awesome for the amount of healing healing piece that you got in. So this is a great attack for if you're down on hit points too, of being able
If
to.
it gives me more hit points, can I put summon temporary if it exceeds my? Okay.
No, so let's go ahead and
Sit
put,
down.
let's go ahead and put it in there and see. But if it does say that it gives you temporary hit points, then fucking right, you can. But let's see what it says. Melee attack on a hit, the target takes 1d8 necrotic damage. All right, and you can add your spellcasting modifier. Blah. Oh, you do. You gain 1d4 temporary hit points until the start of your turn.
No. And so okay, so if it's temporary hit points and it doesn't say like hit points in general, then you have to put those in your temporary hit points. You can't add that to your regular. Right.
What's interesting though is that it's saying, so this is messed up because it's saying that the healing damage is 2d8, but on this it's saying that if you hit a humanoid target, you can gain 1d4 temporary hit points, not that you gain 2d8.
So which one's
So-
right?
The spell, the way that they have it in here is actually broken. So you only did 3 necrotic damage, and then go ahead and roll a d4.
I can't.
All right, rolling a d4 for you. You gain 4 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
All right. Orbis is going to passed. Said he was going to do either.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah,
How much longer do you think this is gonna be?
not much longer. We'll be done here in a second.
Okay.
We'll do
There's
one
3
more turn. and
Corvuses,
then
by
be
the
done.
way.
3 Corbuses again. 15-foot view. That would be difficult to get both of you in that. So tidal wave makes more sense with how close you are to him. Where is his tidal? Oh, that is. All right, so tidal wave, a burst of water that flashes out from him, 30 feet long, 10 feet wide, up to 10 feet tall. Each creature, so go ahead and make your dexterity saving throw to see if you take all 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Will you roll that for me?
Yes.
There's Elise. Elise got a 22.
No, she did not. That's with your modifiers, not with hers. She got a 24.
Yeah.
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 All right, so both of you save, which means that you only take 9 points of damage, bludgeoning damage, and then make sure to take that off of your temporary hit points first, and then the other 5 to your hit points. All right, Corvus is gone. I'm gonna go ahead and end the broadcast. Well done.
How many hit points did he have left?
13.
So technically we won.
Yeah. But I mean, he had other stuff that he could have done too. Why aren't you ending the broadcast? And